Let us now continue our discussion on the topic of string. Now so far we have seen one way to create the string. By simply using string space the variable name, which is our reference variable, equal to the value. This will create an object. Now this method of creating the string is known as using literals to create the string. Now there is another way to create the string in Java by using the new keyword. So under this method, again you have to define the class name string space, give the reference variable name. Let us call it the third string, equal to, give it a space and use the new keyword since we are using the new keyword. And then again use the class name string, hit enter, it will automatically produce the bracket open and bracket close. Now as the argument, let us pass the value of welcome. End it with a semicolon. Now here we have the first string and third string. Why don't we create our second string as well using the literals only? So let us use string second string equal to welcome again. And now soon after this, let us use first string equal to second string. So here I am using the relational operator to compare the two string. Now this basically returns a boolean value whether these two objects are same or not. So for that, let us use a print statement to test these two objects are same or not. Now always remember, in case of objects, whenever we use the relational operator, we are basically comparing the objects. Right? Now after this, let us compare the objects of first string equal to third string. Again, these two are two different objects. So let us use our print statement. Now our third statement will be first string dot equals, and then I will use again third string. So you must be thinking first string dot equals third string, how it is different from these two statements that we have mentioned here. So for that purpose, we need to check the output first. So let us use our print statement and let us now run the code. So here we go, we have the output as true, false and true. So what is happening here is that in case of first and second, we get true and then false. And in the third case, we get true again. Right? Now, if you notice here, in all the three string, we have the value of welcome. And here as well, right? And when we compare the first string and second string, we get the value as true. And when we compare first string and third string, though they have the same value, then also the output is false. But here when we compare the first string and third string, but this time we get the value as true. So how come this is possible? Once here we are getting the value as false and here we are getting the value as true. So let's check out the answer to this weird output. Now to get the answer to our problem, we need to again check out how the strings are created. So here we have the stack memory and the heap memory. Now this time inside the heap memory there is one more concept of string constant pool. Now remember, this string constant pool is actually present within the heap memory only. Now again let us check out how the strings are actually created. These are actually created with the help of using literals or using the new keyword, right? Now suppose we have a statement string str equal to Rahul, and here we have another statement string str1 equal to Robert. Now in both the case we know a new object or the instance will be created. Let us assume it is s1 in case of str and s2 in case of str1. We have str pointing to s1 and str1 pointing to s2. Now notice here that whenever we create the object using the literals, in case of string it is always created inside the string constant pool. Now let us take another example. Let's say str2 equal to Robert. Now this time the Java does not create a new object. What happens is that this str2 will be created within the stack memory, right? But this time the str2 will point to the same object of s2. Now what is the reason behind this? If you notice str1 and str2, you will find in both the case the value is same, Robert and Robert. So in order to save memory in the runtime, the str1 and str2 points to the same object of s2 that contains the value of Robert. But in case of using the new keyword, suppose we have this example, string str3 equal to new string Vishal and str4 equal to new string Vishal. But this time using the new keyword, in the runtime there will be two separate objects will be created. So in the memory we will have str3 and str4 pointing to two different objects that contains the same value of Vishal. So this is the difference between using the literals and using the new keyword. Now let us come back to our problem. So here using the literals we have first string and second string. So in both the case, let us assume the objects being created is s1 and also s1, because we are using the string literal of welcome. So that's why the object created will be same s1 and s1. Now using the new keyword. Now here since we have the same value but it does not matter because we are using the new keyword. So definitely it is going to create a new object of s2 in the heap memory. So what happens is that when we compare first string and second string, so we are actually comparing s1 and s1. So that is why we get true in the output console, just because both the objects are same. Now coming back to this second statement, first string equal to third string. Now this time we are actually comparing s1 on the left hand side to the object of s2 on the right hand side. Now in this case both the objects are different, so that is why we get false in the output console. So s1 is actually not equal to s2 because two different objects cannot be same ever. Now coming to the third code, first string dot equals third string. Now whenever we have dot equals method, we are actually comparing the values of two different objects. So in case of first string, we are comparing the value of welcome is equal to the value of welcome again, which comes out to be true. So whenever we see dot equals method, we are actually comparing the values. So that is why we get true in the output console. And now let us revert it back to the original variable names. So I hope in this video now it is clear what is the difference between comparing the objects and comparing the values.